Okay, hey everyone, welcome back to another day's workout. We'll get started today with some walking. Immediately, I want to ask you to think about your posture, think about how you're holding your body and moving as we go forward with today's warm up and later into the exercise cool down. I want you to continue to be conscious, keeping those shoulders rolled back, keeping those shoulders above the hips, keeping them in alignment, keeping those hips and knees and feet all in a line. We're just going to start with some easy walking to increase our heart rate, get that blood pumping to our muscles, and getting us ready to go into our workout today. So we have a little bit of a longer workout today. We got 30 minutes in total. We'll spend about 5 minutes on the warm-up. We'll have a 20-minute base session for walking, or if you're biking, skiing. We'll stick with the intensity we have there, and then after that, we'll end with a 5-minute warm down. So right now, we're just walking at a nice, easy pace. Again, trying to get that heart rate to, fill up a little bit. We're starting the workout. We got about another 30 seconds here of this walk, and then we're going to move into a 30-second march, followed by a 30-second butt kick, and then we'll go back into 2 minutes of walking. So we're going to start with a build-up drill so that we can get a feel for how all of the intensities are that we're going to be hitting today in the workout. About 5 seconds, we're going to go into our march. Start that march. Just go alternating legs. If you need to find a space on the trail to march in place, that's fine. But if you have the balance and you feel like you can march walking forward, definitely go for it. Want to get those hips stretched out a little bit. In 10 seconds, we're going to move into a butt kick or hamstring curl, whichever you prefer. 3, 2, 1. We'll head into that hamstring curl. Here I'm showing what this move looks like, just in case you can't quite see. Again, you need to find a spot on the side of the trail to stop and balance for this exercise. Feel free to do so. We got another 10 seconds of this exercise, and then we're going to move back into walking. 3, 2, 1, and take it back to a walk. Go back to a nice easy pace. For our build-up drill, we are going to be stepping it up to a 60% or 6 out of 10 in 1 second. Go ahead and pick up that walk. Should feel a little bit harder than that easy pace that we were just going at. So pick it up into a 7 out of 10. 3, 2, 1. Just need to pick up that pace. You're going to feel that heart rate start to increase. You might feel your heart beating out of your chest a little bit. That's totally normal. Take it up to an 8 out of 10 in 2, 1. Take it up. Keep pushing, keep pushing. And this is going to be the main one of the highest intensity that we're going to be working out today. And I just want you to get a feel for what that feels like. In 3, 2, 1, we'll take it back to that 5 out of 10. We'll just keep that nice pace going into the main phase of our workout. So for this main phase, we're going to start off with 2 minutes at 70%, and then we're going to move into an interval session where we're going to go 1 minute at 60%, followed by 1 minute at 80%, and we'll keep that for 12 times. And then we'll finish out 2 minutes at 70%. That will be our 20-minute walking session, or just an aerobic session for whatever exercise you choose to do today. We got 5 seconds before we take it into a 7 out of 10. 3, 2, 1, bring it up to that 7 out of 10. 2 minutes here. We're really trying to get that heart rate up. Feel ourselves start to be breathing more. You're working out with another person and you're having a conversation, it should feel more difficult to get sentences out. And eventually, when we get far enough into our workout, it should be difficult to get even a few words out at a time because we want to push ourselves. Got about another 20 seconds, or minute and 20 seconds of this 70%. Again, if you need to find a spot on the side of the trail or wherever you're working out to take a break, get a drink of water, feel free to pause the video and pick it up and press play at a time that's convenient for you or a spot in the video that's convenient to pick it back up from. Got about another 30 seconds before we take it up into our interval sessions that we've got. We're going to start off with 1 minute at 60%, followed by 1 minute at 80%. We're going to repeat that sequence 8 times. So 10 seconds here, left at a 7 out of 10. 3, 2, 1, go to that 6 out of 10. So this is a little step down from the 7 out of 10 that we were just working at, which is totally fine. You might feel like you're able to catch your breath a little bit more, but we're still working ourselves. And another 30 seconds here before we bring it up into an 8 out of 10 on this first interval. So 10 seconds here. Get ready to bring that into an 8 out of 10. Get ready to move those feet a little bit faster, push off the ground a little harder, and give me that 8 out of 10. Like I said, you might be walking at a little bit of a faster pace, elongating that walking stride, pushing off the ground with more force and propelling yourself forward. But we are increasing the intensity of our walk. Should be feeling your heart rate and breathing is starting to increase again. It's a normal response for when we're working out at this high of intensity. We've got about another 15 seconds here at this 8 out of 10 before we bring it back down into a 6 out of 10. Bring it back down in 3, 2, 1, back to that 6 out of 10. It should feel like an easier pace than that 8 out of 10 that we just stepped down from. It should be a little bit more challenging than just a simple walk. Should still feel our lower muscles working in our legs. Got another 15 seconds here before we bring it back up to that 80%. So 3, 2, 1, bring it up to that 80. And those legs might be getting tired already. We gotta keep pushing through. You got it, you got it. We have about another 20 seconds here of this 80%. Keep it up, keep it up. And bring it back down in 3, 2, 1, back to that 6 out of 10. You can use this time, catch a breather a little bit, because we're working at that 60% instead of that 80. But I still want you to be putting effort forward into that walking or other mode of exercise that you chose to participate in today. Get about another 20 seconds here of the 60% before we bring it back up into 80%. And bring it back up to an 8 out of 10 in 3, 2, 1. Start pushing off with those legs a little harder, elongating that stride. Trying to be a little bit lighter and quicker on your feet to increase that speed. This all will help increase the intensity of our walk. About halfway through this interval here. So about 10 seconds left before we take it back into a 6 out of 10. Three, two, one. Back into that 60%. So with these intervals that we're doing, we're going from a 60% to an 80%, back to 60%. So working on that change of pace and controlling how much power we're exerting from our lower extremity is so very important. Not only walking and being able to change our speeds, but it's helping us build up our endurance and the power capability of our legs, which is so important for just general activities of daily living that we do every single day. And just being able to keep ourselves on our feet for longer periods of time. We got 10 seconds left here is 60%. When we take it back up into 8 out of 10 in 3, 2, 1. Keep going, keep going. We're almost halfway through with these intervals we've got going. Make sure you keep pushing. Remember to take deep breaths in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. I find that's one of the best methods for me personally to be able to keep my breath while I'm working out, or when I'm walking or running. Got about another 20 seconds here. For 10 seconds before we bring it back down into 6 out of 10. and bring it back down. We are halfway through officially with our 8 intervals. We've got 4 done, we've got 4 to go. You're doing amazing today. I hope the weather outside is lovely. Hopefully it's not too cold, too hot. Hopefully it's a nice and sunny day. About another 30 seconds here. That's 6 out of 10. Again, I might be a broken record with this, but check in with your posture. Check in and where are your shoulders. Is your body leaning a little bit forward? Do a mental check. Roll those shoulders back. Keep that torso in line with hips. Got 10 seconds here before we take it up into an 8 out of 10 again. 3, 2, 1. Bring it on up. Keep going. Those legs might be getting tired. Gotta keep that mental game in check. And remember why you chose to go outside and exercise today. Got about another 20 seconds here before we bring it back into the 6 out of 10. Keep pushing, don't slow down on me. Keep going. Bring it back into that 6 out of 10 in 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Making sure we stay at a relatively decent pace. Don't let yourself slow down too much. We are getting a little bit further into workout here. We got 2 more to go. Got another 20 seconds here at our 6 out of 10, then we'll bring it back to that 80%. Got 10 seconds. And step it back up in 3, 2, 1. Step it up. Give me that 80%. Should feel like that heart is racing and your breathing is very hard to get a conversation out at all. That's how we know we're really working, really pushing ourselves so that we'll be able to reap the benefits of this exercise session and be able to build on it with future exercises and workouts that we do. We got another 20 seconds here at 8 out of 10. Keep going, don't slow down on me. Got 10 seconds. And bring it back to 6 out of 10 in 3, 2, 1. Step it down. We got 2 more here to go. Again, if you need to find a spot on the side of the trail to stop and grab a drink of water, pause the workout, feel free to do so. And then pick up when you're at a good spot and keep working out. Got another 10 seconds here before we bring it up into our 80%. 3, 2, 1, step it up to that 8 out of 10. Come on, give me all you got. I know you still have energy in there. I know you still got it. We've been building up our endurance pretty steadily over the past week and a half. Legs might be feeling tired at this point in the workout, but I want you to still try and push off with all the power in your legs, keeping yourself going at a decent speed, keeping that intensity up at that 8 out of 10. I know you got it. Got another 20 seconds here. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, we got 10. And 3, 2, 1, bring it back to that 6 out of 10. So we are on our last interval set now. We have 1 more minute at 60%, 1 more minute at 80%. And then we'll end with 2 minutes at 70%, and then we'll step into our warm down. So we are almost there. We're almost through the bulk of this workout. And I am so proud of you that you stuck with it this far today. I know we can end it out strong. We got about 30 seconds here at the 6 out of 10 before we head into our last 8 out of 10. We've got 10. And 3, 2, 1. Step it back up into that 8 out of 10. This is our last 80% of the day. I want you to give me all you've got here. You should be feeling like your legs are on fire at this point. You're breathing very heavily. Feel your heartbeat racing. That's good. That's a good response to exercise and know that we're pushing ourselves to the proper intensity. Got about another 20 seconds here before we take it back into a 70%. We got 10. And 3, 2, 1, step it down into that 7 out of 10. We're still working at a good pace here. And we'll hang out here for the next 2 minutes. And we'll work on trying to keep that constant speed going. We're just about halfway through these 2 minutes. Keep on going, keep pushing. Got about a minute left here at 70% before we step down into our warm down. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up and an overview of the warm down. We're going to slow down to about a 4 or 5 out of 10 for an intensity of a walk. So we'll just step down the intensity when we get into the warm down. And we're going to be focusing on whole body mobility. So I'll give you guys a few exercises that we can do to accomplish that. I'm going to do a neck exercise, a shoulder exercise, a hip exercise, and then we'll end off with a stretch. Got about 10 seconds here left of walking at 70%. Keep pushing, keep pushing. 3, 2, 1, and take it down to that easy walk. So that is the main session of our workout all done. You did absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of you for pushing yourself at 8 out of 10. And we'll just hang out here for the next about minute and a half. We should eventually feel our heart rate start to slow down, become more in control of our breathing. Remember breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. We find ourselves being able to have full conversations again. When we get further into the warm down, we'll be able to catch our breath. Got about another minute here of our walking. So for our neck mobility exercise, we're going to go through 30 seconds of chin tucks. I have a demonstration here in the video, but with our lifestyles nowadays, sitting at a desk and working all day, being on technology, having that forward neck posture is relatively common. And I will say that I myself have to work on this a little bit. So we'll start with the chin tucks, and then we'll move into arm circles to help with our shoulder mobility. We'll move into open doors to help with hip mobility. Then we'll end with a forward lunge stretch, which will stretch out our quads. In 3 seconds, we'll take it into the chin tucks. We're just going to take our chin and pull it back into our neck. You can do this while walking, or you can find a spot on the trail to stand and focus on this movement itself. So here it is from the side. Taking that chin and trying to tuck it into the bottom of your neck. And even try focusing on other postures like rolling the shoulders back. Now we're going to move into arm circles. Start taking those arm circles wide. And start with smaller arm circles and eventually increase our range of motion into larger arm circles. And we'll switch and go the other direction. Again, in large and small arm circles to work on our mobility. Next, we're going to take it into open doors. We're going to alternate legs here. Going to be acting like we're going into a march and then rotating that hip open and opening it out to the side. If you need something to grab onto to balance for this exercise, feel free to find a spot to do so. Again, we're just lifting that knee up like we're marching and then rotating that hip out to the side. It helps increase our hip mobility. It's just generally overall beneficial for our health. Got 10 seconds here before we move into a front lunge stretch. And I will demo what this looks like. We'll move into that front lunge. You to put that left leg forward, sink your weight into it, and you'll feel a stretch on the front of your right thigh. That's your quad muscle. And we'll switch. Put that right leg in front, left leg back. Sink your weight into that front right leg. You can even dip a little deeper into it. We'll go ahead and switch. Put that left leg in front. We'll feel that stretch down the front of the right quadriceps muscle. Should be a nice stretch to end out our workout here. We'll do one final switch. About 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job.